to May. Hi, we're the Lit Gals. I'm Martie Hoofer, Digital Content Manager for Keep Indiana Learning. And here we are, our last episode for this school year. So, Anna, introduce yourself.
I love May. You know, I love May.
Yes.
But wow, this really went quickly this school year didn't it? Hello, my name is Anna Cook, and I'm a literacy specialist all around Indiana and neighboring states. And I am so happy to be here with my friends, but I'm kind of sad because this is the last one.
Yeah. Okay, not
school year.
Right. I was going to say not forever.
Ever. No. But just this, school year.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little break.
I was going to say that's
enjoy the summer.
That's a perfect time to tell everyone that we will be back for another season.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
We'll be off for a few months to enjoy the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and do lots of reading. Morgan, go ahead and introduce yourself and kick off our topic, please, for this month.
Yeah, so I'm Morgan Mason. I am one of the professional learning specialists here at Keep Indiana Learning, thinking about all things literacy. And today I'm so excited about this topic. I've been thinking about it all week, but we are talking to you just about summer reading programs, summer picks for your reading list, all the things that kind of will set you up for success when thinking about your summer. I think that for a lot of people, summer, depending on your job, especially if you're a teacher though, summer allows you a little bit more freedom and flexibility to maybe check some books off of your to be read list. I know that if you have little kiddos at home that you're trying to keep busy during the summer, there are lots of programs and things out there that we're going to talk about today. And hopefully you'll leave with some really good ideas on just how to keep your kiddos busy and keep them reading this summer. So what do you guys think? What are your favorite things about summer and reading?
Morgan, I am so happy that you should mention. I really want to talk about the summer reading programs. And Martie, I know that both you and Morgan, those are near and dear to your heart, as they are with me. But I have each of the boys one full week during the summer. And we do a lot at the library. Mm-hmm. And when I say a lot, I mean every day or every other day when they're with Oma for the week.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you how incredibly impressed I am as an educator of the programs they've got going on for all ages.
Yeah.
All ages.
Oh, yeah.
I have the 6-year-old, and there's some great programs daily for him to go to as a 6-year-old, and then the 3-year-old, which, let's face it, it's a different type of programming and different species, if you will, for a 3-year-old. And they've got lovely programs for, young ones as well. Mm-hmm. So I love the library in the summer. It just is a fabulous scene, if you will. The kids are happy, they're excited, and the programs are really top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and I even heard that some libraries, including the one here in Marion County, has summer programs for adults, and not just of the music variety. My husband and I went to a free musical performance at the library a couple Saturdays ago, but I mean of the book it variety, adults can earn points and get things. And I haven't
know that.
Yeah, I haven't inquired any more than that, but I know it's a thing not just for kids. Now, while I was at the library, I don't know, earlier this week, I picked up the Marion County Library kickoff party. I live here in Pike Township, and on Saturday, April 30th, you can go fishing at the library. I don't even know what that means, but the fire department's there, and there's stories and there's giveaways, and you, of course, can sign up for the summer reading program. So summer reading is more than just a list from a school. I think community libraries are doing a great job of making it fun, and that's what we want reading to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at the Carmel website earlier because we live in Carmel. I was looking at their website because we're planning on taking our kids this weekend to sign up. And what I thought was interesting too is they're having a kickoff party as well. So they're really trying to get kids excited about this. But something else that I thought was really cool is that, yes, they are, I think it's by hours, but they are checking off a certain number of hours or a certain number of books read to earn prizes. Now there are some prizes, but I thought that it was really cool that they are also using some of the slots of what they've read to their prize is a donation to, I forget what organization they're working with, but they've partnered with an organization and they will donate in the name of that kiddo that completed those minutes. And I thought that was so cool because we're working with our kiddos right now, 2 and 4 on, like, just because you do something, it doesn't mean you're always going to receive a prize. Like my oldest will be like, oh, I helped you with this. Can I get a treat? And I'm like, no, you'll get a treat for everything. So while I think incentives are great to get kiddos reading, I just think that that's a really twist to some of these programs is some different ideas on incentives.
And I live in Zionsville, and so the Hussey Mayfield Library in town in Zionsville, and then they also have a branch in Whitestown, and they too are just really gearing up and have some wonderful programs for the kids this summer, and I just can't wait. It's going to be great.
It's awesome.
Love it.
Well, Anna, talk about your books. What books did you bring to share with us today?
Well, can I also talk a little bit about summer reading?
Yeah.
Do you mind? I'm not going to share my book that I'm going to talk about just yet. But I had a really wonderful aha this past week, girls, and I want to share it with you. Okay. And, we all talk about books with each other. And we also have a friend that we talk to, right? Always gives us book ideas, etc. And I was with my sister-in-law this past week and just went over to her house, had to drop something off. And all of a sudden, and we've never done this before, we just started talking about books. And it was lovely, and it was insightful, and it was wonderful. And she gave me 2 or 3 books that she really enjoyed. And I gave her some of the books that I read with my book club. And it was just so delightful. And, we really have strayed away from communicating, haven't we? Sure, we've got those friends that we communicate on a daily basis, and there are book friends most of the time as well. But it was really wonderful to just sit and just talk about books with somebody that I've never talked to about books before. Sure, we've talked about the kids and the grandkids and stuff like that. But I never have talked to her about books, or she to me. Yeah. And it was just lovely. And we were building community, if you will.
So great. And I feel like that's the magic of books is building that community and building that connection where you didn't even know it was there until you get talking. And then you're like, 30 minutes has gone by and my to-be read list has gotten longer, but
And it just it really does expand your thinking, doesn't it? It just really did for me. And I think that we all need to communicate more. And even those people, not my sister-in-law, of course, but even those people that, you're just an acquaintance with or whatever, just bring up and say, have you read anything lately?
I love that.
Yeah. I do too. Yeah. Love that.
It might open up a lot more doors for all of us, which is what we need.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Anna, so are you going to save your book for the end with what you're reading now, or you got a book to share now?
No, I'll share it. I've got a book club book. So this was definitely out of my comfort zone. It is by an author. Her name is Isabel Allende. And the book was called My Name is Amelia de Vea.
Okay.
And it is about a girl who is an avid writer and a journalist, if you will. And it is a setting in the 1800s, the late 1800s. And she feels as though she needs to write under a pseudonym, and she picks a male name. And it then just goes on to talk about in San Francisco at the time, and then also the Civil War in Chile. It was really interesting, but it was really interesting with my book club because I do have some teachers that one was from Chile. Oh. And so she was able to give us more insight, if you will, right?
Background knowledge.
Yeah. But I also found out that this author has also written her first one, which was called The House of Spirits. Okay. And it is on Prime as in a movie. Yeah. Okay. And everybody just raved about it. Okay. So The House of Spirits on Prime Video, and it's just supposed to be phenomenal. But this book was really interesting too.
Okay.
So,
I love that. Yeah, I've not heard of that.
Yeah. So, wanted to tell you about that, about Book Club book, and then I'm just going to.
And the Summer Bible.
Because you know where she's going.
She's headed to Nantucket.
Okay, for our podcast listeners, Anna, you gotta at least say the name, the title of the book, and the author of your book that you just floated through the screen.
Okay. Oh, that's right. We're doing podcasts too. I'm so sorry. We've expanded to podcasts. I forgot totally. Okay. So Ellen Hildebrand, have read everything. And her settings are in Nantucket. And this is called The Blue Book. And this is, she wrote this, and these are all of the highly suggested places to eat, to visit, to stay, to experience in Nantucket.
I love it.
I got this last year when I was in Nantucket.
Thank you.
You know, I couldn't have done it. I can't start the summer, nor can I end the summer without a little Ellen Hildebrand.
Yeah. I've got a few of hers on my list for the summer. They're
good. Yeah.
All right, Morgan, when you thought about today's show, what are you thinking about?
Yeah, so I was thinking about specifically about the teachers that may be home with their kiddos this summer. Oh. I was also thinking about, even though my kiddos, they go to daycare full time, we do try and, like, the library, summer reading programs, just things that are going to keep them busier during the summer. So one of the books that I wanted to highlight today, I printed them off again because I forgot to bring my books from my kitchen counter.
It's such a good idea.
The first one is Danny Go's Volcano Adventure. So I have to talk about Danny Go for a minute because he is my kid's favorite. Anna, your grandsons may be familiar with him. He's a YouTube star that he makes videos. He's written all these songs, and then he creates these super interactive videos that have kids are up and dancing and exercising with him throughout these videos, and they're always going on adventures. So the reason I wanted to highlight this book is because not only is this such a cute story, we read it every night right now, but his videos are great for the teachers that are home with their kiddos, or anyone that's home with their kids this summer and trying to keep them busy, and maybe it's too hot to be outside, or maybe it's rainy, or maybe kids are just not wanting to ride their bikes and they want to be inside, but you want them moving. Danny Go videos are my secret weapon because the kids are still moving and they're learning stuff. They will learn stuff and they'll reference something, and I'm like, where did you learn that? And they're like, oh, from Danny Go's video. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. So I wrote it down. Yeah.
And I love that there's a book video connection. I love that that I don't just have to live on a screen. Now I can go find Danny somewhere else. Big for that.
And I'm hopeful that I think this was his first novel, but it's based off of one of his songs. Like he has a Volcano adventure song. So I'm hopeful that he will maybe continue to write some stories and release the books, because my kiddos freaked when we got this book, because how could they not?
I love that.
Yes.
The other book that I wanted to share is another one of our favorites. It is called Just One More Sleep. It's actually Jamie Lee Curtis, the actress, her, and then Laura Cornell. They wrote it together. And my mom got this book for my boys a couple years ago, but I pulled it out for today's show and for a summer read, because the whole premise of the story is this little kid that's really excited about the next thing. And it's her birthday. And so then she's talking about how many sleeps until it's her birthday. And so then they start talking about all the sleeps until Mother's Day, all the sleeps until 4th of July, all the sleeps until Labor Day, kind of highlight all of the holidays throughout the year and all the big moments throughout the year. And it's just a really cute story that it always helps my boys. If we're going to grandparents or something, I tell them like, okay, we have 4 more sleeps before we're going. So just a cute book, especially if you have things that you're looking forward to doing with your family this summer. Having that book on hand and talking about how many sleeps until the exciting 4th of July vacation or whatever it is you have planned. That's a great one to have on your shelf.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So my pile, always a pile. My first, libraries are my favorite. They are absolutely my favorite places. I grew up in a very small town in southern Indiana in the late 70s. And, it was not a computerized system. And so there was still a card in the back. And my mom used to go to the library and pick up books for me while I was doing a different activity. And I loved Abraham Lincoln. He was my guy. And so my mom would look in the back of the books and see if I had read that one, because I ended up reading every single book in the kids section about Abraham Lincoln that my library had. And so that then is what drove my pile of books today, because I found my passion and I read about Abe. I read so much about Abe Lincoln. With my son, it was fire trucks. He knew exactly where the fire truck shelf was in the Pike Library, and that's exactly where he went. And what fire truck book have we not seen yet? Because it's a revolving collection. And so it made me think about that's so often how kids function, is they find a thing they love, and then they want all of that. So I started thinking about my middle schoolers and who were authors that if I could get them to read one of their books, then I knew there was a whole line that they could just go through. And I think that's great for kids. So if I had a kid who loves sports, unfortunately, his name is covered up here, so I'll show it to you here. John Feinstein is a phenomenal sports writer, a little bit mystery, a whole lot of sports for middle schoolers. And he's got oodles and gobs of books. Jason Reynolds is an author that middle schoolers love. You can see this is an award winner many times over. Let me talk about this book for just a second. Long Way Down. It's set in an elevator ride that starts on like the 14th floor of a building. And it's a novel in verse. Woo, hard to see there. So there aren't many words on the page, and lots of Jason Reynolds books are novels in verse. Not all of them, but most of them. But from the 14th floor to the ground floor, this main character has to decide if he is going to revenge his brother's death.
Oh, interesting.
And the anxiety that built in me as I read this book, and you're just getting closer and closer to the ground floor. Jason Reynolds has lots. This is the one I would suggest to kids. Okay. Start with this one, because I knew this one would get them. Phenomenal. Another great one. Actually, another novel in verse. I didn't think about it. The Crossover is about a basketball player. And then when I went to check this out from the library, I found out there's now a graphic novel version.
Oh,
so
those.
how fun to, I haven't read the graphic novel version. I have read this 2 or 3 times over. My fire truck loving son grew up to read this book. He loved it. So Kwame Alexander is the author, and he's another one with many books that, man, start with one and you can just go for days.
Yeah.
And then I realized I had all male authors, so I needed to do something a little different. And Allie Carter, what I love about Allie, this is a mystery called Not If I Save You First, but Morgan's nodding. Allie also writes adult books.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, so do you know her from, dang, can't think of the series.
I know her from something, from some series or some. I recognized the name as soon as you said it. So
yes, I bet it says right here. The Gallagher Girls. Yep. Whole series of those. Her High Society books are great. Her Embassy Row series are fantastic. But then she just decided to start writing adult books. And holy cow, what great page turners they are. So my point being, man, find an author. Anna, you're the perfect example of this.
Yeah.
Find an author you love. And there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I have, there's an Ellen Hildebrand that is going to be a movie with Jennifer Gardner. And Morgan, I think you told me, didn't you, June or July?
Yes.
July, it's supposed to come out. I'm saving that book.
Me too.
To read it this summer.
Yeah, me too. I have it on my list, and I was like, I'm going to save that and read it right before the movie comes out. So that's fresh in my mind.
Yeah, so I think just finding an author you love, and libraries make that so easy because they put them all right together. Or if it's fire trucks or bugs or whatever your thing is, they put the books all right together. So I can just go find them.
Oh yeah.
And I just love that. So that's my library plug is they make the what do I read next?
So easy.
So yeah, so easy.
Our section right now is the dinosaurs. We know where the dinosaur section is, and we're just working through the list of like, oh, we already had that one, so let's move on to this one.
Yep.
I did have a question. I kind of jumped, the topic and talked about what I was reading. But I wanted to ask you guys, this was one that my sister-in-law had talked about. The Stolen Life of Colette Marcoux by Kristen Harmel.
Never
You
heard of
haven't
it.
read that one?
Nope.
She said The Stolen Life of Colette Marcoux
Okay.
by Kristen Harmel. She said that it was fabulous.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to read that this summer too.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. Well, we are to the part of the show where my to be read list always grows. So, Anna, you want to give us your title, or are you still reading your book club book, or are you reading something else right now?
Well, I just finished up this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so do you know what you're going to read next?
I don't yet.
Oh, okay.
It's very interesting. I just feel like we need to get the month of May finished.
Get through it first.
Isn't that talk about concrete sequential? Gosh, Anna, you can't read and then also get. So no, I mean, with family coming in and all, I'm just like, no, we're going to put a hold on things until June the 1st.
There we go.
Anna.
There we go. There we go.
Start back again. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Morgan, what are you reading and listening to?
I got both. Okay. So both of them. So I have a Kindle and then one I'm listening to. So my Kindle book that I'm reading right now is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I hope I said that right. Let me double check that
And I think that was like the Amazon Book of the Year.
Yes.
Last year before. Yes.
It's been on my list for a while. And I am loving it. Oh. And it is going to be, I want to say, a Netflix series. It's next year in 2027. So that's what what prompted me to kind of pull it up from my list. But it's very good. It's a mystery, but I love the back and forth of like what happened in the past versus present tense. And it's very interesting, told from multiple perspectives. So I'm loving that. I'm probably about 60% done with that. And then just this morning, literally, I did not walk into the office until I finished my book that I was listening to, because I had like 9 minutes left. So I was like, I gotta finish it. So I just finished, I've been reading the Crescent City series. It's just 3 books, but Sarah J. Maas, I'm sure you've heard that name. She's a big fantasy writer. She has the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Yep. She has this series, Crescent City, and then she has a Throne of Glass series. She announced probably about 2 months ago, that her next 2 books are coming out in the fall. So I had read A Court of Thorns and Roses a while back, that whole series. So I was like, I got to get through her other 2 series, because apparently all 3 of them are going to merge in these new books. That's what they say. So I finished the 3rd book, which is called The House of Flame and Shadow. Listen to it. And that's kind of how I enjoy reading fantasy, is listening to it versus reading it, because it's a lot of, world building and magic and things happening. And it's just easier for me to comprehend.
Kudos for you for realizing that and then sticking with that.
Yes. Thank you. I physically read the first one, and I was like, this was a struggle for me. And then I flew through the 2nd and 3rd because I was listening to it. So just my preference, but that one was wonderful. 5 stars, loved it. I'm so excited to jump into this next series now. I think there's 8 books though, so I need to get going so that I can get them done before these books come out in October.
Wow.
What?
Wow. So for Anna not knowing what she's reading next, to you, like having the next
list. I've got a plan.
So come back at the end of the summer to hear how Morgan read this entire series.
Yes.
With 3 children. Yes. With 3 children.
No, just headphones, and then I can't hear them.
Morgan can get it done. She'll get it done. Yep.
She'll get it done. All right. Well, my book I'm currently reading, I need to preface this with, I don't know why I feel the need to preface it. Read whatever you want to read. Books are great. But the book I just finished was a book club book, and it made me feel like I was back in college as an English literature major. And as an English lit major, you read some hard stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm going to say about that. You read hard stuff. And this book club book felt like that. And so when I got done, I was like, what can I read that's not like that?
The opposite. Yeah.
I picked up this absolutely adorable middle grade novel called The Unlikely Tale of Chase and Finnegan. And as you can see from the cover, it's about a cheetah and a dog. And it's written by Jasmine Varga. And it's Colby Sharp, who's a huge read aloud guy. I've mentioned him before. Yeah. He's the one who recommended it. And oh my gosh, it's absolutely as cute as the cover implies. It is told, the doggy tells his chapters and the cheetah tells her chapters. Did I get the his and her right? Yes, I did. His chapters and her chapters. And it's absolutely precious, and I'm flying through it, and it's the perfect palate cleanse after my last book club book.
Mm-hmm. Love that for you.
Good for you.
Highly recommend. Morgan, your kiddos, you could probably do this as a read aloud even with your kiddos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Chapters are super short and they're adorable. So yeah.
Sweet.
Love it. All right. We're at the end of our show. We are at the end of our season. Can you believe it?
I cannot.
I believe it.
Yes.
Yeah. So fun.
So fun. Can I real quickly?
Yeah.
The Lit Gals are going to be together at KINL.
Yes.
Yes. Fencing together. Martie, we can probably include like the link to register in our show notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
Come, or right there at the bottom of the screen, come see us.
Oh, yes. We are going to have so much fun, and you will too if you join us.
Yeah, June 9th and 10th at KINL. We'll be at Plainfield High School. If you watch any of the other Keep Indiana Learning shows, you can see Yay STEM in person. You can see Principal Brent Schwannekamp from Other Duties as Assigned, had something about the title of his show. So yeah, come see us at KINL. Say hi, learn from us, learn with us in person. It would be fantastic. So thank you for the reminder, Anna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. As always, we end with be well.
Do good work.
Keep in touch.
Have a great summer.
I promise I'm clicking end and it's just not wanting to end. Apparently it doesn't want our season to end. So we're just going to keep smiling. All right, here we go.